we do have to get to the E9. This might be a little modified.
Yeah, this is the modified scramble. We normally do E9. I got a little thing I like to do with the caddies.
Don't treat me with the kid gloves. Come on, I mean, I can take it. I mean, just don't. You guys see me, you think, oh, this guy's like a religious conservative. Like, no, man, give it to me. I'm ready.
Who would win in a fight out of your whole team if there was just a bare knuckle brawl?
I wouldn't want to mess with Jose Le Ballester. I mean, he's the strongest, most athletic, but Gabe Salvanera's got the crazy eyes when he gets a little angry, and I'd also be afraid of him, and he likes to shoot guns.
Who's the first guy to go down?
Preston,
you soft.
There we go. See, we'll give you some. This will make its way around the team.
We were going through him with nicknames, I believe, on our show, and Ruthless P was one of the possible ones. So apparently that's out.
Ruthless. He's looking like a Calvin Klein model these days, too, man. That kid, he's changing that physique.
We always talk about trying to be a blue-collar team, and everyone's like, how can we be blue-collar with Scottsdale boy over here? You know, Silverleaf guys. So Preston takes a lot of credit. We played football in Hawaii. The first year was like, nobody touches Preston. Nobody touches Preston. He's going to be really upset if he hears this.
This is great. Well,
he's definitely here. By the way, when we walked in today, he was, God bless him, cleaning up the eating area.
He had to be prodded a little bit.
That might have been scripted a little bit.
No, there's some coaching that happens there.
Well, he left his stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see that part. You didn't see that part.
He's used to Barb cleaning up.
Yeah, I just saw Luke leaving his otter pops everywhere. God bless him. All right, that was just off the top, just since you said you didn't want the kid gloves.
I'm ready.
I feel like a brawl question is good.
You're a player's coach. I mean, you're super nice. I'm guessing there's some tough love there. But throughout your career, where would you rank you guys sucking suck as the meanest thing you've ever said to a team?
That's harsh, Coach.
So
that's harsh, bud.
You guys
suck.
That's the thing. When you don't cuss a lot, when you do, I don't get that angry. But when you do, and Mason Anderson would say, you do not want to see the wrath of Thurmond. That's what it's called, the wrath of Thurmond. It comes out maybe twice a year, and you do not want to be on the other side of that.
Is that where the name? I'm sure you're aware of it. Thurnado.
Is that what they say?
Have you heard that before? Maybe I just made that up right now. Maybe I came up with that.
I don't mind, like I am a nice coach and we have a lot of fun, but any coach needs to have a little bit of fear factor that, they need to know that you could lose it at any second.
Yeah. You guys suck and suck. That'll take care of that.
I remember that name.
Do you remember Zach Bixler? So we were one year, we're in Missouri, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I think what the team really needs is like, you just need to go off on us sometime. Like, really, like, let us have it. Like, get pissed. I'm like, okay, I can do that if that's what you want. He was kind of our captain, and so we have a bad day, and we're in the van afterward, and I go off, right? And he lost his crap. He starts yelling at me, and we are yelling at the top of our lungs at each other, and he's like, he wasn't joking around. Like, and Garrett Clegg will still say, he's the Utah coach, he would say, that was the most awkward van ride in the history of my life. And nobody said anything for hours. I'm like, Bix, dude, what happened? Like, you told me I should do this, so I do it, and you just, and then he goes, yeah, I don't know, man, I'm sorry, I just lost it.
Got caught in the moment,
thanks,
guys.
buddy.
Sorry.
So I do have a little bit of it in me.
What's the most severe disciplinary punishment you've ever doled out to a player?
Man, I think there's a stare. There's a stare that comes from me that you don't want. That's worse than any stadium stares you can run. I give you a lot of space, but when you break the trust, you miss tournaments or you get cut from the team. So I'm not a stadium guy. I mean, I don't know. I don't do that.
You don't have like the death workouts. Like we used to have one. Basically, it didn't end until you threw up, and it just ended with these barrel rolls that make you throw up no matter what.
I don't see. All that's going to do is make them more angry.
Yeah, it made me. Yeah.
I like
Ruined
you
you.
think about your mom. Like what's the worst thing? Like your dad might spank you or ground you or do this, but so what, right? Your mom, when she says, "Son, I'm so disappointed in you." Like, is there anything worse of a punishment than your mother being disappointed in you? I try to appeal to that emotional level.
Yeah, disappointment's a tough word.
I really can't believe that we're having to have this conversation right now.
Yeah, I've had that one a few times.
It's not good.
Still haven't gotten
over
that
many a times.
It hurts, right?
Yeah, it does.
It cuts deep.
All right, my next one. Everyone that knows you talks about how highly competitive you are.
Really?
And you're not the greatest loser, which if you talk to Charles Barkley says, you show me someone that's a good loser, I'll show you a loser.
Okay.
So I'm okay with this.
Charles is smart.
Okay. I don't know where he's going with this.
What would you say is the worst temper tantrum you've ever seen thrown at Washington National?
Well, Richard Lee had we were doing this par 5 drill, and he threw his 3-wood into the lake. And Richard Lee's a saint. So I'm not even talking about my temper tantrum. I'll get to that. But Richard Lee, we were doing this par 5, and he finally broke. And he throws it in the middle of this big lake. And it's cold. It's like February in Washington. And it's like he extended, and as it left, he started walking toward the lake. And he's taking off his clothes as he's walking towards the lake. And he's down in his underwear, and he just doesn't even break stride. Just walks straight into the lake, swims out, 3 woods floating in the lake, and comes back. So that was a great one.
That's beautiful.
That's
my
ballsy.
one. Whoever's bringing this up is probably talking about the time when I chunked it in the creek about 100 yards out on hole 15, and I threw my wedge. Is that what we were talking about?
No, but keep going.
this is why it's always fun. We have one on line. Sometimes the other
I
ones.
threw my wedge in the creek, and I'm like, "You go in there too," and that's probably what I thought they were talking.
The one I was told to ask about was the putting contest with Joe Panzeri.
Was it the Stone of Shame?
He said you tomahawked your putter into the bushes.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. So you've
I
thrown
mean,
a 3-wood, and you got guys throwing 3-woods into
good.
water. Your putter's in the
You got
bushes.
so many that know which one to pick. The tornado.
Can I tell you a Joe Panzeri story?
Yes.
Okay, so we're out practicing one day, and these guys there's a long drive. They'd stop and get food on the way. So we had a barbecue out there, and Zach, they all stop, and they all could have time to get their stuff, right? So Zach had bought like a quart of chocolate milk, and it's sitting off the side of the green right here, and there's a bunker over here with the green in the middle. Joe is in the bunker. No, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. Joe Panzeri bought the milk and is in the bunker. Zach is over here walking by. He goes, "Hey, Joe, can I have some of your chocolate milk?" "No, you could have bought your own." "Okay." Takes the chocolate milk while he's 30 yards away, opens it up, pours it out, and looks at him. He's like, if I can't have any, you're not having any either. And Joe lost it. And they started fighting. They end up in the bunker. They're like punching each other, rolling around in the bunker. And anyway, about 2 minutes in, they just start laughing, which is what they always did.
Sleaze,
You don't mess with a man's chocolate milk, dog.
No,
I'm
you
telling
don't.
you.
Sleaze is a big chocolate milk guy.
Knuckles come out. You
that's-
start
yeah.
messing with a dude's chocolate milk. I don't blame him.
So I get a little upset.
There's always like one good
okay. No,
fight
fiery.
story with coaches where players get into fights. You know what I mean? We had Scheffler and Hostler when we talked to John Fields. They had a near come to blows.
I
on the
think
golf
it's
course.
a lost art. I mean, all these problems we're having,
Just fight it,
kids can't, I mean, back in the day, you just fight it out.
and then you're over it.
And it's over. And nobody really hurts each other too bad. And
Yeah, they're golfers,
yeah.
not UFC fighters.
Yeah, a couple of
had-
slaps. Like, all right, dude, what do we do?
we had one at Mesa Country Club where, Alex Del Rey constantly chipping on Mason Anderson. Alex has a mouth and he just runs it. And it's fun, but Mason had enough. And then finally, right in front of the clubhouse, Mason runs over, grabs Alex, takes him and just slams him on the ground. And they're rolling around and like, this is at practice.
Yeah.
So those guys got along great after that. They were best
a
friends.
little of that's healthy too, by the way. It's like brother.
I'll
brothers
probably get in
fight.
trouble for saying this, but that actually is important.
May have to go into Mesa Pro Shop and be like, boys,
They know.
sorry about the brawl.
They know.
Hey, they've
Some of the
seen worse
fellas.
out there.
If you're gonna do it anywhere, Mesa's the spot to do it.
Love
They don't
Mesa.
only condone that. They,
Yeah, we
they,
didn't do
they
that at
encourage that
Estancia.
sort of behavior. All right, I'll give you one. Let's go current players on this one. Most likely to slide into the DMs of a female celebrity, shoot a shot.
Well, it's for sure Luke Potter.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
I mean, you
he might
knew
have
the
a
answer.
shot, by the way.
Yeah. He's got
You know what I
some
mean?
charm.
Yeah, he got that vibe, that little SoCal vibe about him.
I'll stay on that same kind of
Oh.
area there. Because Joel Damon, who one of your most famous guys you've coached, he's gone to a whole nother level. Like we just played with him at Phoenix Open when I was caddying for Taylor Montgomery. I mean, people love him, and it's all because of. I mean, he's got a great personality, but Netflix Full Swing has changed his life. Of your guys right now, who do you think would be the biggest star on Netflix?
I think Luke would be.
God, Luke's just a star.
He just loves to be. He's really good in front of the camera. We're doing stuff on our Instagram all the time, and a lot of times it takes multiple takes with guys, and they all do pretty well. But Luke, you just turn the camera on, and he just syrup comes out of his mouth, and he's always got the right thing to say, some catchy little thing, and he's.
All right, well,
We're
coach
gonna have
him.
to go find him after this. by the
Coach
way.
him really well, so he has a long professional career because we need these jobs. Okay.
Yeah,
We don't
tell
need
him
coming-
chase it for a decade or two.
Yeah,
You know
then he
what
can
I mean?
have it.
There's no rush. This type of stuff's always just sitting around for you. I'll give you one since we've done kind of like the vanities. Oh, here's a real golf one. 10-footer. National championship on the line. Make you win, miss you lose. Which guy on your team do you think wants that putt the most?
Preston wants that putt.
Watch him make one out here. Actually, a
he
similar
wants that putt.
situation.
Yeah.
And he's done that many times. We had an awesome, Mason made a couple putts. Cameron Sisk in our match against Oklahoma in the semifinals at the NCAA's a couple years ago had about a 15-footer on 10 in a playoff. One of the best putts I've ever seen. That was awesome. Yeah, I think Preston wants that putt.
Wants it.
He wants that putt.
Because some people say they want it. Not a lot of people
He wants
actually
the putt.
want it.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
All right, my last one. Guys, this is going deep here.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Here we go.
Sleaze and I are both head coaches. Big time national head coaches.
I like that.
Which
I like
one
where
of
you're going.
us
Keep
gets
going.
investigated by the NCAA for violations first?
If it ain't me, I'm gonna be pissed. I want to win.
Well, the thing is, like, there's violations happening all the time out there.
Yeah, but I want to
But
be on ESPN.
The question is, which one of you is a better coach? Because whoever's ranked higher is the one that people are going to turn in. Like, if you suck, no one's going to care that you're breaking the rules.
All right, so it's me.
I
Perfect.
would frame his program somehow. If they ever became a threat, I'd launch some sort of plant in there and then make an anonymous phone call. Bam.
We need
Death
guys
penalty.
like you guys coaching. So hopefully you'll think about it.
Perfect.
I don't know that the world does.
Yeah.
I really don't think. A lot of things are in need. Us coaching college kids, probably not it. But I appreciate that. And we appreciate
I think
you.
you're wrong.